this is lecture 10 of our subject digital system design, and the topic which we are going to cover today is multipliers and comparators. So, these are the contents of today's lecture: concept of multiplication, 2-bit multiplier, by which we will be understanding the concept of multiplication, then 4 cross 3 multiplier, and then concept of comparison and how this comparison concept can be translated into circuits by designing 1-bit comparator, 2-bit comparator and 3-bit comparator. So, let us start with the concept of multiplication. So, let us suppose there are two numbers a and b. A and b are two numbers of single bit. Okay. So, this 1-bit multiplication can be performed very easily, as we all know that an AND gate is a suitable candidate for performing the product of two single bit numbers. So, this a cross b can simply be done by using an AND gate. So, if we are asked to prepare 1-bit by 1-bit multiplier, so this AND gate is the answer for that 1 cross 1 multiplier. Similarly, for 2 cross 1 multiplier, that means there is a number a 1 and a naught which is to be multiplied by number b naught. So, if we have to do this, then we have to use two AND gates. Okay. So, something like this, this will be my a 1 and this will be a naught, and both will be multiplied by b naught. Okay. And this will be my multiplication result. We can say it is m 1 and m naught. So, we have extended the concept of 1 cross 1 multiplication to 2 cross 1 multiplication. Similarly, we can extend it further to prepare 2 cross 2 multiplications, and but for designing the 2 cross 2 multiplier circuit, we first have to understand the concept which we have been using from our childhood of for the multiplication of two numbers. Let us suppose there are two numbers b 1 b naught and a 1 a naught. If these are to be multiplied, then we can see that first a naught will be multiplied by b naught to generate a naught b naught. Similarly, then a naught will be multiplied by b 1 to generate a naught b 1. Okay. Then we will be putting a cross here, and then this a 1 will be multiplied by b naught. So, a 1 b naught, then a 1 with b 1. So, a 1 b 1. So, this is the product generation. So, all the products are generated, and then we can see that we have to perform the additions. So, in this case we can see that there is nothing to be added, that means the a naught b naught product will be used directly for the multiplication result, or we can say the product result. Okay. But this a naught b 1 and a 1 b naught are to be added. So, these two things are to be added. Okay. So, there are two things to be added, and we will be requiring a half adder to implement this addition of two numbers. Okay. So, there will be sum which can be, this sum can be considered here, it will be p naught, this sum can be considered as p 1, and the carry which will be generated here will be transferred to the next stage. Okay. So, this will be my carry. So, this carry plus a 1 b 1, again we will be requiring another half adder. Okay. Another half adder will be required to generate the, again the sum will be generated, and again carry might be there, but there is nothing to be added. So, this carry plus 0 will be this p 3. So, this is the concept of 2 cross 2 multiplication, and if we want to convert this concept into a circuit, then we have to split our task into 4 parts. First, generation of these two rows, first these two rows are to be generated. So, let us generate the first row a naught b 1, that means a product, two products are to be generated. Okay. Two products are to be generated. This is b 1 and this is b naught, and both multiplied by a naught. Okay. So, these are the two products. As we can see that this product a naught b naught, this is my a naught and b naught, this is not going to participate further in any addition. So, this can be considered as the final part of the multiplication, or we can say as p naught. Okay. Similarly, now we will be generating the second row a 1 b 1 and a 1 b naught. So, let us generate these two terms. So, this will be B 1, this will be B naught, and both will be multiplied by A 1. So, these two products will be generated. Okay. So, now this is your A 1 B naught. So, this A 1 B naught will be added to A naught B 1, which is this one A naught B 1. So, these two things are to be added. Okay. So, we can use a half adder. So, a half adder can be used here. The sum generated by the half adder will be considered as P 1, and the carry which will be generated, by the half adder, we can see that that carry is to be added with A 1 B 1. So, this you can see as A 1 B 1. So, this is, these two things are again fed to another half adder. The sum part of the half adder will be considered as P 2, and the carry part of the half adder will be considered as P 3. So, this is the overall circuit of a 2 cross 2 multiplier. Okay. So, in this we have extended the concept to 2 cross 2 multiplication. Similarly, this concept can be extended to any size, but to cover the possibility we are considering 4 cross 3 multiplier. Okay. So, the 4 cross 3 multiplier, this circuit is already prepared. We will be covering that circuit part later, but first let us cover the concept part. As we can see that this is a 4 bit number B, B is a 4 bit number, okay, which is to be multiplied with A, which is a 3 bit number. So, this we can see that A 2 A 1 A naught, this is a 3 bit number, B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught is a 4 bit number. Okay. So, let us start preparing the products. So, the first row will be B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught multiplied by A naught. So, this is the first row. Similarly, A 1 multiplied by B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught, this will be the second row. Similarly, third row A 2 into B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught, preparing the third row. Now, the thing is, while we will be adding these rows, okay, while we will be adding these 3 rows, so there will be sum and carry, but if let us take an example, that there are 3 ones here and there is a carry as well from this stage. So, there will be 4 things which are to be added, but we have not studied any circuit which is capable of adding 4 bits simultaneously to provide sum and carry. Okay. So, we have to split this task of adding these 4 things or 3 things step by step by taking 2 things at a time. Okay. So, for this we will be first adding these 2 rows. Okay. First we will be adding these 2 rows, then the sum will be added with, the sum which will be generated will be added with this third row, and this will be the final multiplication result. Okay. So, this is the concept of 4 cross 3 multiplication. So, let us start with the circuit preparation. So, the first row we can see that B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught, they are to be multiplied with A naught. So, this you can check that this B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught are being multiplied by A naught. This prepares the first row. Okay. So, this is the first row. Similarly, second row, in the second row B 3 B 2 B 1 B naught has to be multiplied with A 1. So, this same B 3 B 2 B 1 and B naught are to be multiplied with A 1. So, we can see that 8 products are generated, and then from this section we can see that in this column this A naught B naught product has to be added with nothing. So, we can see that there is nothing here, there is nothing here, that means this can be considered as the part of my multiplication result. So, this can be seen here that this A naught B naught thing is appearing as this C naught, the LSB of the multiplication result. Okay. Similarly, we can see that now there are these 2 things are to be added, these 2 things are to be added, these 2 things are to be added, and there might be a carry, and in the initial stage there is no carry. So, this can be considered as 0. So, we can consider this task of adding these first 2 rows. We can accomplish this task by using a 4-bit parallel binary adder. So, 4 bits will be one of the set of 4 bits will be this second row elements, and another set of 4 bit will be this first row element where there is 0 here. So, we can check that there is a 0 here. These are the 3 products from the first row and these are the 4 products from the second row. Okay. So, when these two things are added, we will be getting the sum. So, this will be S naught, S 1, S 2, S 3, and this will be the carry. Okay. So, when we are adding these two things, there might be a carry here. So, this we have mentioned it here. So, this thing can be clearly seen that this sum will not participate further and can be considered as C 1. So, this thing S naught will not participate further and can be considered as C 1. Okay. Now, for the next step, we can change the color to make it understand more clearly. So, this will be the first addition, second addition, third addition and fourth addition part. So, these additions have to be performed. Now, again we will be requiring another 4-bit parallel binary adder. We can see that this will be the set of 4 bits and this will be set of another 4 bits. So, we can check that S 1, S 2, S 3 and C from the previous stage. So, the sum of these red marked circles will be the sum and it will be used for the addition with the next row elements, that is this B 3 A 2, B 2 A 2, B 1 A 2, B 0 A 2. That means, first these 4 products are to be prepared. So, let us prepare these 4 products B 3, B 2, B 1 and B 0 multiplied by this A 2. Okay. So, when these are multiplied, we get these third row elements. So, these third row elements are added with the sum of the first 2 rows here by using another 4-bit parallel binary adder, but this time the sums which are generated here are the final sums and we need not to add anything else to these numbers. So, we can see that this S naught, this S 1, this S 2 and S 3 are considered as the part of the multiplication result, final multiplication result, and this carry is also considered as the MSB of the multiplication result. So, this is the 4 cross 3 multiplier circuit. Similarly, this concept can be extended to 4 cross 4 multiplier as well. Okay. It can be clearly seen that there must be another row here. So, there are 3 rows in 4 cross 3 multiplier. In a 4 cross 4 multiplier, there must be 4 rows. That means, this sum will not be considered as the final sum and we will be using another 4-bit parallel and binary adder to add one more row for A 3 into B 3, B 2, B 1, B 0. Okay. So, this is how we can extend this multiplication concept to 4 cross through 4 multiplication. Okay. So, with this we come to the end of this multiplication concept and now we will be covering our another concept for the today's lecture, which is concept of magnitude comparator. Okay. That means, we will be comparing 2 bits and we will be deciding whether one of the bit is greater than the other number, smaller than the other number, or both bits are equal. Okay. So, this is another combinational circuit in which we will be comparing 2 bits A and B and the outputs can be A greater than B, A equal to B, A less than B. So, for any comparison there can be these 3 outputs no matter what is the size of that comparator. Okay. So, these A and B can be of any size, A and B can be of single bit, A and B can be of 2 bits or A and B can be of n bits. Okay. So, this how to implement that concept. To design a larger size comparator, first we have to understand the concept of the minimum possible comparison result, that means 1 bit comparator, that means both the numbers which are being compared are single bit numbers. So, we can see that this A is a single bit number, B is another single bit number. So, both the things are compared to decide whether A is greater than B, A is equal to B and A is less than B. So, all these possibilities are considered. So, in the first row we can see that both the things are equal. So, A equal to B. So, equal is getting the high value and greater and less are having 0 values. Similarly, we can see that 0 is less than 1. So, we can check that Y L is getting the high value and these are having the low values. Similarly, we can see that 1 is greater than 0. So, that is why y g is having the higher value 1 and these two are having 0 values. Similarly, in the last case we can see that 1 is equal to 1. So, that is why this equal y e is getting the high value and both these are having the low values. Okay. So, in this way we have prepared the truth table for a 1 bit comparator. Okay. Now, we can extend this 1 bit comparator concept to derive the expression for these 3 outputs. So, we can check that y g there is a single one which corresponds to a b bar, that is a is equal to 1, b is equal to 0. That is why we can say that for this y g expression is a b bar. This y e we can see that there are two ones here which can be considered as y e is equal to a bar b bar plus a b. Okay. So, this a bar b bar is equal to plus a b is actually equivalent to the x nor of these a and b, and it can be further considered as the bar of a XOR b, and a XOR b is equivalent to a bar b plus a b bar complement. Okay. Similarly, the third one y l, there is a single one here which corresponds to this row, a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1, that means y l is equal to a bar b. Okay. So, we have generated expression for all 3 outputs of the comparator. So, we can see that this is a, so this will be a bar, this is b, so this will be b bar. So, a bar into b, this will be my a bar b. So, that is why this becomes my y l. Similarly, this can be seen as this is a and this is b bar. So, this will be a b bar, a b bar is considered as y g as can be seen from this expression, and both these expression a bar b plus a b bar, we can see that a bar b plus a b bar both are added and further a complement is there. That means, addition plus complement can be done with the help of a NOR gate. So, that is why we can see that this a bar b and a b bar are OR plus NOT, that means NOR gate is taken here to generate expression for y e, which will be a bar b plus a b bar whole bar. Okay. So, this is the circuit for a single bit comparator, 1 bit comparator. Okay. So, now let us extend this 1 bit comparator concept to 2 bit comparison. So, this is the truth table for a 2 bit comparator. So, we can see that now a and b are 2 bit numbers. So, this is a single number a which is having 2 bits, this is a single number b which is further having 2 bits. Now, the size of a and b are 2 bits each. Okay. So, if we look at this carefully, that a and b are further having 2 bits. So, there are total of 4 inputs, and for 4 inputs we can see that we will be covering the cases 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So, we have simply written binary counting from 0 to 15, from which we will be analyzing which are the cases which generate the lesser, which makes the lesser output high, which makes the greater output high, and which make the equal output high. So, in the first row we can see that a1 a naught is equal to b1 b naught. So, that is why a is equal to b. Similarly, we can see that 0 0 is less than 0 1. So, that is why this a is less than b. Similarly, here also a is less than b. Going further, 0 1 is greater than 0 0. So, a is greater than b. 0 1 is equal to 0 1. So, that is why a is equal to b. 0 1 is less than 1 0, 0 1 is less than 1 1. So, we can see that both are giving high output for a less than b. Then we can see that 1 0 is greater than 0 0, that is why high output here. 1 0 is greater than 0 1. So, another high output. 1 0 is equal to 1 0. So, that means y e equal to 1. 1 0 is less than 1 1, that is why this y l is 1, and for these cases 1 1 is greater than 0 0, that is why high. 1 1 is greater than 0 1, that is why another high output for A greater than B. 1 1 is greater than 1 0, another high output for A greater than B. 1 1 is equal to 1 1, that means y e is equal to 1. So, in this way we have prepared this truth table, and now this truth table, from this truth table we can have the min terms. If we check this y g column, y e column and y l column, we can find the min terms. So, these are mentioned here. We can see that y g is 1 at these places, which can be referred as 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. So, 4, 8, 9, 12, 13 and 14. Similarly, you can check for y l, which is giving you high output at 6 places. These are the ones 1, 2, 3, and then these are the ones 6, 7, and this is 11, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 and 11. Similarly, A equal to B at 4 places, which are 0, 5, 10 and 15. So, these are the min term expressions. These min terms can be fed into a K map. So, this is the blank layout of a K map in which we can feed these min terms to generate the expressions for these circuits. So, for these expressions y g, y l and y e. So, 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. So, if we feed 4, 8, 9, 12, 13 and 14. So, 4, 8, 9, 12, 13 and 14. So, we can check that there is a quad here and there is a pair here and another pair. Okay. So, for this quad we can see that these two ones, if we mention here A 1 A naught and B 1 B naught, we can see that this quad corresponds to, this one is common, this one corresponds to A 1. Okay. From these two rows this 0 is common, which corresponds to B 1 complement. So, A 1 B 1 complement, that is why it is written A 1 B 1 complement. Now, this pair, this one, if we see that, we can see that this 1 is common here, which corresponds to A naught. Okay. This corresponds to A naught, and from this 0 0 we can see that it is equivalent to B 1 complement B naught complement. Okay. Similarly, for this pair we can see that this 1 1 is common, this 1 1 corresponds to A 1 A naught, A 1 A naught, and from the last two columns, this one and this one, we can see that this second 0 is common, which corresponds to B naught complement. So, we can see that A 1 A naught B naught complement, and this one is A naught B 1 B naught complement, A naught B 1 B naught complement. So, this is the expression for y g. Similarly, we can use another K map to derive the expression for y l, which comes out to be this one, and similarly we can prepare another K map for y e, in which there will be no grouping, as the terms will be on the diagonal positions. So, the expression for y e was also written here. So, the expressions are now available to me, and this expression can be converted into a circuit. So, let us do that. So, there is variable A 1, NOT gate is going to be used for it. Similarly, there is a variable A naught, similarly B 1, and B naught. Okay. So, we can start generating the products, and those products can be added together later on to generate the final sum, or we can say the final output. So, let us generate the first one, A 1 B 1 complement. So, this is A 1 and this is B 1 complement. Then A naught B 1 complement B naught complement. We have to mark these dots here to indicate there are connections here. Then A naught B 1 bar B naught bar, A naught B 1 bar B naught bar, then third product is A 1 A naught. So, this is A 1, this is A naught and B naught complement. So, this is B naught complement. So, these three products are ready. So, these three products can be now added together to generate the expression for y g. Okay. Similarly, we can implement this concept for y. There will be three products here. Okay. And similarly, four products will be there for y e. Okay. So, they can be added together to generate expression for y l, and this is y e. Okay. So, this is the concept of 2-bit comparison. Now, let us extend this concept to 4-bit comparison. So, for 4-bit comparison, we can see that this conventional truth table method cannot be used. Why? Because A is of 4 bits, B is of 4 bits. So, the total number of inputs are 8. So, 2 raised to power 8, 256 cases will be there in our truth table. That means, a normal truth table cannot be used for designing the expression for a 4-bit comparator. So, we have to generalize it by using the concept of 1-bit comparison. For that, we can see that let us say A is equal to A3, A2, A1, A0 and B is equal to B3, B2, B1, B0. Okay. So, for A greater than B, we have to write expression, we can write it directly, but for that we let us assume that first write the expression for equal, because it is very much easy. The only possibility that these values will be equal will be A3 is equal to B3, A2 is equal to B2, A1 is equal to B1 and A0 is equal to B0. So, let us say these things are indicated by x3, x2, x1 and x0. Okay. So, these x3, x2, x1 and x0, if these 4 values are identical, okay, that means comparator output of these 4 individual comparators, equal output of these 4 individual 1-bit comparators, if these are denoted by x3, x2, x1 and x0, these are y e of 4 individual comparators. Okay. So, these are equal one. So, this equal is having only the one possibility, in which all four comparators will be giving me the equal high output. So, 1 into 1 into 1 will be equal to 1. So, this is the expression for phi. Now, let us cover the expression for greater. So, for greater, that means A3 should be greater than or equal to, this is the first possibility. If A3 is equal to B3, then that means A3 B3 bar. This is the first possibility of high greater, A greater than B. Then let us say A3 is equal to B3, this is equal, but this is A2 is greater than, that means A2 is greater than B2. So, if this is the case, A2 is greater than B2. So, if A2 is greater than B2, A2 B2 bar, considering the fact that x3, that means A3 is equal to B3. Similarly, next possibility that A1 is greater than B1, A1 is greater than B1, considering the fact that A3 is equal to B3 and A2 is equal to B2. Similarly, we can check that when A3 is equal to B3, A2 is equal to B2, A1 is equal to B1, the only possibility of greater expression will be A0 greater than B0. Similarly, we can have the expression for YL. So, this is the expression for YL, in which we can see that A3 less than B3, A2 less than B2, A1 less than B1 and A0 less than B1, considering the fact that the higher end comparison will be high, will be giving me the high output. So, if these expressions are converted into circuit, then we can see that this is the first 1-bit comparator module for A3 B2, A3 B3, A2 B2, A1 B1 and A0 B1. So, this is YL3, this is YG3, similarly YL2, YG2, YL1, YG1, YL0, YG0. You can check that these are actually are x3, x2, x1 and x0. So, when these appropriately products are generated, this we can see that this is a product of x3 and this is the second value, which is this YL2. Okay. So, this will be helping me in generating the lesser product. Okay. Similarly, we can see that this thing, this will be YL, this will also be helping me in lesser generating the lesser product. Similarly, this one also, this one also. So, these are the gates involved in generating the lesser output, and similarly these are the gates involved in generating the greater outputs. So, all these terms are added for this one is for L, this one is for G, and this one is actually x 3, x 2, x 1 and x naught, that means equal. So, this is used for equal output generation. So, this is the 4-bit comparator circuit which has been derived from the concept of 1-bit comparison. With this we come to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much.